Hi, welcome to the NCAA Triathlon podcast. My guest today is Audrey Ernst. Audrey is a student athlete at Arizona State University on the triathlon team. Audrey's been a triathlete for a long time, probably since before she was 12, 13 years old. She's had a lot of successes prior to her career at ASU. As a youth and junior elite triathlete. Some of her accomplishments: she was a youth elite champion, age group world champion, junior draft legal series champion, USAT national high school champion individual, and I know she was also on a championship team, 1, possibly 2 years. She's raced Cam Tri and represented the US in Brazil, Gold Coast, Australia, and it goes on and on. Welcome, Audrey. Thank you for talking with me on the podcast today. How are you?
Good, thanks. Thank you for having me.
So you're in your third year at ASU?
Yep, I am. I'm third year. I'm a nursing major as well as healthcare compliance and regulations now. So I'm loving every minute of it here.
Well, that's good. That's good. I know with the nursing program, some of your classes, I know you've had to commute to Phoenix with the COVID world that we're in now. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the campus life and the academic side of the university? What's changed? What stayed the same? What do you love? What's challenging for you?
Yeah, a lot has changed. It's definitely a different experience this semester, but I guess it's just made me more grateful to have such close teammates that I live with to be around all the time because they're going through the exact same thing as me. But pre-COVID, ASU is a buzzing campus. There's tons of students everywhere and a lot going on. I'd spend getting up before the sunrise, not coming back home until sunset just because of traveling downtown for my classes and as well as just being involved in a lot of different clubs and activities. And it was always a blast. But yeah, with COVID, it's been a little bit different. I've had a majority of my classes online, which has been very different. This Zoom format it's great. I mean, I'm amazed at the way that such a large universities are able to switch over to online format. It's definitely different, but I'm excited about that because every Wednesday night it gives me a little feel of the real world, even though it's me and I guess one other person in the class. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it gives me a lot of perspective this semester because, you starting out in March when everything kind of shut down, it was like this hope of, okay, maybe things will be better in June, maybe July, and then coming back to school and realizing like, wow, everything's going to be, a little different. So I mean, honestly, I'm just pretty grateful at this point to be able to still go to school, still train, be in Arizona. Although I'm not immersed in campus with campus life 24/7 like I was maybe last year, I still have the same, friends that I'm seeing, like my teammates and training, being able to utilize those facilities and just still getting that same college experience. I think that I was having last year. It just looks a little bit different. So, I mean, there's like, there's about some pros and cons to it. I'd say we've all noticed we've been able to, squeeze in an extra nap here and there between class, but, and, just spending more time at home cooking and things like that. But, it's different, but, yeah, I mean, I'm just grateful to still be here and be able to go to school, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so from what I understand, athletics are still practicing. You've lost your competition season. So your practices and your practice schedule, does it relatively the same as it was in previous years? You just are lacking the competition, or have you taken your foot off the gas a little bit in terms of your training schedule? What's that like now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all found out pretty early, late July or something, that the season was canceled, and I think we were all a little devastated just in that we didn't know what it was going to look like. Are we going to get to practice? Will we even be on campus? But so far at ASU, I've been so impressed and grateful at how the Sun Devil Athletics has been able to combat the virus and being able to be so on top of testing and sanitizing and making sure students are distanced and wearing masks. So actually, my schedule for training has been the same since that it was last fall. We're still doing our 20-hour weeks and still seeing my teammates every day. We've taken a few different precautions just in wearing masks and splitting up groups when we can and keeping roommates together, say in the weight room and things like that. But so far we've been able to do everything the same. And I mean, it's a little different. I think it's nice because you're in a community of triathletes and see social media and everything. Everybody's going through the same thing of not knowing when you're going to come back to actual racing. So it's been really cool because this season, my coach Cliff and coach Nicole, they've been really so helpful and understanding and just a support where we need it, into talking about, how to get over the fact that, we might not be racing this year and how to combat that like lack of competition feel. So, we've been implementing fun sessions into our training, and we've been able to go out and do fun things like hikes or mountain bikes and just have fun with it, like really enjoy the sport, but still be able to get great training in, which isn't hard in Arizona. It's been the most beautiful weather, so that's kind of incredible. Like, gosh, it's amazing. But and just to be around my teammates, I think, it's sad to think that we didn't have a season this year because we're coming around that week, I think, where nationals would be coming up. But I know that it'll come back, and when everyone can compete safely and we can do it right. And I think right now, like, I'm just really happy to be able to still train and take this sport in a different route and really enjoy the little parts that maybe I didn't recognize as much before, so focused on the racing side of things. So it's been a really bittersweet semester for sure, but I've enjoyed it. So.
Well, good. And it sounds like you've had some sense of normalcy and that team camaraderie and being able to be together. I'm sure that makes it all feel as close to normal as it can. I think you're right. I think we need to, not take for granted the little things that we are given. Of course, we want more, and of course, we want to go back to the way things were. But what we are given, I think we need to celebrate. So I like your attitude there. Why don't you tell everybody, like, just give a quick outline of, as a varsity sport athlete, what does your training week look like? I know you practice 20 hours a week, but I'm sure it differs from a high school sports curriculum or even like those who are involved in club or junior triathlon before. If you could just outline like what a typical day or week looks like for an ASU triathlete.
Yeah. Coming to school I was mostly just cross country track in high school. So I understand the difficulty of doing the 8-hour school day plus cross country track practice and then potentially, triathlon practice after that. So coming to school, it's been amazing in that my focus is in triathlon completely, and I think that's awesome because there is such a different skill that you're looking at with triathlon. So a typical week for me here at school, we swim 5 days a week, usually in the mornings. We'll have about 3 or 4 runs throughout the 5-day week. And then bikes a couple days a week as well. So usually our Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we'll have 2 sessions in the morning. And then maybe a third in the afternoon, depending on schedule. And then Tuesday, Thursdays, we have a session in the morning and a session in the afternoon. Saturdays are our either long ride or brick type session. And then Sundays, a voluntary long run, long ride type day. The thing that I love about it is there is so much variability with it, and you can really mold it to fit your schedule. Our coaches, Cliff and Nicole, they're really have been awesome in just working with us around our schedules, understanding the importance of academics and that, sometimes classes don't work with the schedule. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to have my classes work pretty well with training. There's definitely have been, I think last semester, there were some times where, jumping out of the pool and running to class at like 6 p.m. Or, going downtown all day after a morning session. But I really love the scheduling, or just my schedule here at school. It keeps me so organized with my time, just in, managing my studies as well as training. And it really keeps me organized enough where, I do have that extra couple hours where I can decide, do I want to go for an extra run, or do I need to study for this exam? And it's really great because I feel like we have this group of 12 girls who are all coming together for these same practices every day. And, it really feels like a family in that way, that, you're going to see them within the next 24 hours, if not 4 times within the next 24. So it's really nice, because as stressful as it can become with classes, just with the getting back and forth in the pre-COVID kind of type situation, I always felt such a stress relief in going to practice, whether it was after a test or just a hard day. And I just feel like triathlon has given me that really great balance in school, that it's so much more manageable to do NCAA triathlon with school, just knowing that those are my focuses, and I have such strong support from the Sun Delta athletics side that wants me to be successful in both, and I certainly want to be successful in both. And I'm really, blessed to have teammates who are, so driven in everything they do as well. So it's a really great environment, and I think that, even though it's every week looks a little bit different, with just depending on what's going on in our training session. So it definitely comes and goes in waves, but it keeps things really exciting. And I've really loved the way that I spend my time here at school, rather than, in high school, it would get a little bit difficult, because sometimes it was, you're going to your own high school and then maybe coming to practice with a different group of people. Like here, I feel like I'm with the same group, like we're all doing it together. And my coaches are just like so incredible, and just really working with me in everything that I want to accomplish. And I feel like it's made everything so much more possible just here, being able to use such incredible facilities, and just be at the university here. It's been a blessing. It's been awesome.
So last year, your racing season for triathlon in the fall, you got to, and correct me if I'm wrong, you got to race in 2 of the regional qualifiers and nationals, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the 2 that you raced in, Pleasant Prairie and then South Dakota?
Yes. Yes.
So I wasn't at the South Dakota race, but Pleasant Prairie, I was there. How was that to return to a race site that you got to race on many times as a junior, and also someplace close to home where you could, I'm guessing, have more family come than in a different race? Was that a nice change coming back to Pleasant Prairie?
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. That was such a sweet race. It's something I'll always remember, just because MMTT always put on such a great race in Pleasant Prairie throughout my junior career. And so to come back as a collegiate athlete and still have some of the same athletes, out on the race course with me, who race juniors with me, and then be in like the next level, it's really a sweet moment to get on the start line and be in what feels more like my home. Arizona, it's a very different environment, just with the cacti and palm trees. So to come back to the Midwest, I'm like, okay, the rain, yeah, I know this weather, and the green grass, and leaves actually on the trees. So it's Arizona's beautiful, but it's very different. And so it was really cool to be able to come back home. And like you said, my family was able to come out. It's only an hour or 2 from my house. So that was really cool for them to come out and watch me race. And it's nice because it's like you're traveling home for the weekend, but you get to race too. So that was such a fun race, and I hope that we get to go back next year. I mean, the course is just awesome, and it's definitely, you're on the bike course and places like that where you've raced before. You remember kind of, I don't know, the cracks in the pavement in a way, like you kind of know where you're going a little bit more. So I guess that's a little helpful too. And but it was cool to also bring my teammates out there and say, yeah, this is where I grew up racing, and now we're collegiate racing here. So it was awesome.
Yeah, and I know the MMTT, that group had a big part in putting on the qualifier race there. And
Yeah.
just from talking to a lot of the parents who are out there who are volunteering, they consider you one of their own. And I think there was a lot of pride in watching you and a few of the other alum from that club out there on their course. So that was fun to see. And from what I understand, uh, the regional qualifier is going to be the same next year. So we'll have that to look forward to going back there.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
and then having nationals in your backyard, like literally in your backyard at ASU, how big of an advantage is that for you and for the team to be able to train on the roads in the environment, to be immersed in that every day?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely felt the field advantage the past 2 years having nationals on our campus. It's really just such a surreal experience because, that Mill Street Bridge we ride for practice or for the race is, we're riding across there every morning, whether, at 5 a.m. before the sun comes up. So it's just, month after month, and then to have it all culminate into one race where we're in the same place and have so many people surrounding, just watching us race and supporting us. It's awesome. I loved racing in Tempe Town Lake. I mean, I'm glad we don't have to swim in the lake for practice. That's a little bit nice. But usually it's pretty clean compared to November. It was kind of um, a little darker water at that time for some reason.
Right.
But just running there every morning and then be able to race there and have friends come out and other athletics, student athletes, and just have parents and family and just tons of Sun Devils from, across the Phoenix area even come out to Tempe Town Lake and support us. It was really awesome. And it was cool to have everyone from the collegiate sport out there from, South Dakota, North Central, Queens, have everyone come out and to our home because it kind of, we welcome them. We welcome it. I think it's so fun to be able to say, yeah, welcome to our campus. Like, we're so excited to race with everyone there. It's really fun. And yeah, I'm really happy that I've been able to race in my home course the last 2 years, and it looks like maybe another one as well. I love it. It's been so fun.
Yeah, and ASU did a great job in putting that race on. You can really tell that they took a lot of pride in it, not just the tri team and the athletics department, but everybody. We saw cheerleaders out there, and from the welcome dinner all the way around.
Yeah, that
I,
was
I
also
was I
cool.
was very happy to go
Yes.
there. And it was broadcast on Triathlon Live.
Yeah.
That was amazing, having Hunter and Sarah giving the
Mhm.
play-by-play. I was out on the course, like watching it, and I had the live stream going on my phone and the earpiece, so that when the girls on the bike were at different parts of the course, I could look down and see tactically what was happening out there. And it just, it's unlike anything I've seen at the NCAA level. I think it's a telling of where the sport is headed. So do you guys, as a team, do you do any open water swimming? I know Tempe Town Lake is not an ideal place to do it, but there's got to be a couple of nice reservoirs or something out there. Is there a place that you guys do open water swimming, or is it all pool training?
It's mostly pool training, but we do luckily have a few different places where we can open water swim. We've swam. We haven't done it this semester, but last year we went a lot to Canyon Lake. It's about 40-minute drive from the Tempe area, and it's this lake. down below beneath these canyons. It's called, in this town called Tortilla Flats. And so we usually would like ride our bike through the Tortilla Flats, which was probably one of my favorite all-time rides. It's just beautiful. And then you descend into this lake, and so we go out there a few times to do open water swimming. And Coach Cliff, he would come out with his kayak, and we'd be able to, swim together. And I'm not the strongest swimmer. That's not like my background so much. It's something I'm always working on. So my team, I feel like we have so many strong swimmers on it, and they're just getting stronger. So open water swimming has always been fun to do as a team of girls, and because it's always a challenge, and I love it. It's really fun, and I feel so fortunate. The Sun Devil Athletics with the pool at Mona Plummer Aquatic Center, they always are working with us to help us to simulate racing style, and so a lot of times we'll be able to get the pool lanes out of our 15-meter pool, and Coach Cliff and Coach Nicole put buoys into the pool, and so we'll simulate like an open water experience there too, which is really fun. And those get so challenging, especially because it's a 50-meter straight, so you're really just you're going all out, and so open water swimming is definitely so much fun.
Right. And I would imagine coming from the Midwest, where you don't have the opportunities to swim outside except for a short window.
Yeah.
Not only being like going to like where you talked about outside, but also just being able to, because that Monona Plummer facility, it's an outdoor facility, and it's beautiful. So you're really able to take advantage of the fresh air and the sunshine, and it's a unique environment, at least coming from the Midwest, I'd have to imagine.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, like, as a triathlete, and not just a triathlete, but as an athlete, like because I've been able to watch you for a long time, and I've always noticed how intense you are and how focused you get in practice and in racing. I was wondering if you had thought about like what drives you, or what helps you focus, or what gives you that internal push, because it seems to me on the outside that you're able to go to a place that a lot of people don't want to go to, or won't push themselves to mentally. What drives you, Audrey?
Gosh, that's a great question. I've heard, I feel like, yes, I am a pretty like intense person when it comes to training. I think I try not to take for granted the opportunity I have to, do the sport of triathlon. And I think that just over time, it's something that I love, and the things that I do usually, I want to put my full heart into it. And I think I'm just a passionate person. And so when I started triathlon, I immediately fell in love with it. And since then, it's been something that I've always wanted to put my full heart into. And, I think what drives me is, I just feel really blessed to have the opportunity to go out there every day. And the people around me, I see just the backgrounds they come from, and the different obstacles they come in face with, and just learning from my teammates and my competitors, and going out there every day, I think I learn something new. And so I think I'm always trying to work on using that to push myself, and just never take for granted the fact that I'm out there every day. And I guess triathlon is kind of more of an individual sport, and independently I've kind of always been able to push myself to be able to just do the best that I can at everything that I'm going to put my mind to. And that's kind of always been my mindset, and just being able to just I guess for me, when I do the sport of triathlon, like coming to college, it's really like I've grown a lot in being able to be part of a team, and really learn from each other. And I think that my own drive, it's kind of like I've grown a lot from that, and being able to work with other people, and really be part of that team camaraderie. So it's been different, and I love it so much. But yeah, I mean, For me, triathlon is something I love, and I think when I love something, and then it's not hard for me to like put my full heart into it. And I just feel really grateful to be able to participate in such an awesome sport. I think it's something not everyone has the opportunity to do or even knows about. So it's been incredible. And, I think anyone who starts out in triathlon, like they know that, it's not a sport that you just jump into and you're good at right away. It takes a lot of skill, a lot of focus, time, training. And so I think in exploring the new challenge of triathlon, it intrigued me so much that I wanted to put everything I had into it. And it's awesome because in a sport like triathlon, if you do put everything you have into it, it's likely you'll see, some type of result in growing in yourself and just in every aspect of your life. And so I think it's been an incredible journey with triathlon. I've learned so much about myself and just what my limits are and how I can push myself, and being able to work with others, and just and the style of racing, it's so interesting, and there's so much to learn. I have a long way to go, but I'm just so excited to continue to pursue it here at school.
Yeah, well said, well said. When I was looking for a picture for that title screen that we had at the beginning, I was going through camera roll, and I found a picture of you that I really think sums up a lot of a lot about you. Be patient with me while I pull this up. Here we go. So this picture, this was a couple of years ago. Do you remember this picture at all?
Yeah, I
So,
do.
so this was out in the Springs, and we had taken a van and we unloaded our bikes, and we were getting ready to do the Kansas Loop, a longer, more an endurance day.
Yeah.
What, and it's so telling because it's the little things and the little details, and you would not let your tires hit the ground. And I think it's just a testament that, it's to be the best, or to get the best out of yourself. It's all of the little things. And when I saw that, it just, I don't know, it made me think about you and the depth of the athlete that you are. So thinking about this year, I know that nothing's official, nothing's going to happen for sure, but we're talking about possibly having a spring season. Claremont is looking like it's going to happen. The registration is going to open up for that tomorrow. They're adding an NCAA wave. There's an elite PATCO wave, and then there's also an EDR wave. I know that your coach has all of the say in what happens, but if ASU were to go out there, how do you think, or what do you think you would race when you went out there? Because I know last year you raced the elite wave out there, the PATCO race. Would you think that you would race the elite race, the NCAA race, maybe the second day do the EDR? Have you thought about that at all?
I think I'm just beginning to think about it. Yeah, it's exciting that the races are happening. I hope to be able to take part in that because I definitely miss the competitive racing. And I know that hopefully I'll be able to go out and do one of the races. We'll see. I think I definitely would have to talk to Cliff more about it. I think he'll be able to talk to me about what he thinks might be best for me. And, I have some ideas too, but I think, I'd enjoy doing an elite race just because it is great experience, but so is collegiate racing. I love it. So, and of course we've missed a whole season of collegiate racing, so it would be exciting to go back and do that. So honestly, my answer is I'm not sure yet, but hopefully I'll be finding that out, and
Okay,
in a couple days.
And that's a fair answer. Plus, I don't want to get you in trouble either and force anything out of you. So I want to go out with a lightning round. Do you want to play a quick lightning round? I'm just going to ask you a dozen or so questions, and it's going to be like this or that, which you prefer. Does that
Okay,
sound
sure.
fun? So you don't need to think about it. We'll just go through these real quick and just tell me which one you like or prefer. So lightning round, here we go. Instagram or Snapchat?
Instagram.
Instagram or TikTok?
Oh, Instagram.
Okay. Starbucks or Dunkin'?
Starbucks. Yeah, I'm obsessed.
Apple or Android?
Oh, Apple. Stereotypical, I guess.
Big party or small gathering?
Oh, small gathering. Yeah, like more people you know.
Iced coffee or hot coffee?
Ooh. I gotta say hot because I like the idea of sitting around a fire in the winter with a warm cup of coffee, even though that's not really possible in Arizona most of the year, but I do like hot coffee.
Okay. Sweats or leggings?
Leggings, yeah.
Fruits or veggies?
Oh, fruits, yeah, for sure.
Chipotle or Portillo's?
Oh, that's tough. Oh man. You know what? Chicago all the way. Portillo's.
Yeah, I found it was so strange. There's a Portillo's out there, not far
There
from
is.
campus.
I know. There's like transplanted restaurants. They have Portillo's and Lou Malnati's
Yeah.
in Arizona. It's
Well,
kind of
a lot of Chicago people. Okay,
yeah.
here's the last one. Driver or passenger?
Driver. Yeah, I love to drive.
Okay, great. Well, Audrey, thank you so much for talking to me today. I really appreciate it. I hope that any of those potential future college triathletes were able to watch this and to get some insight into at least what life at ASU has been like for you, both academically and athletically. Hopefully, I'll see you in a few months out in Claremont if the world participates, and if not, I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Kurt. I appreciate it. It was
Okay.
great to talk to you.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you later.